Welcome to Sunny Day Stamping. I'm Julie Baca. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, I also have a corresponding website, sunnydaystamping.com. And over there you can find all the measurements for all my projects. You can also join my email newsletter. I send out an email once a week that has all my latest projects and any sales that are coming up. So I'd love for you to join that as well. Today's card is a super quick and easy. This is number 2 in my Christmas series projects. This one is just stamps, ink, and paper, but look how gorgeous it is, and it's really quick. Let's get started. Can you believe this gorgeous card is just stamps, ink, and paper? And I just used scissors to cut this out, so you don't need any special tools. This is my absolute favorite Christmas stamp set. You can make these gorgeous pine cones by using the 2-step stamp. So you stamp this, and then you stamp this on top of it, and that is what's giving you this great dimension. In addition to using these wonderful colors, and I'll show you how to do that. My other stamp set I'm using is the Christmas to Remember. These kind of go together, and I'm going to use the sentiments out of here. You can definitely use a different sentiment stamp set for the words if you want. The next thing you're going to need is some paper. I'm using crumb cake for the card base. You're going to need 2 pieces of white, one for the inside, one for the outside, and one for the sentiment piece there. And it's optional if you want to frame it with this evening evergreen to give it just a little extra pop. So for the ink colors, we're using crumb cake and soft suede, and I am totally addicted to these 2 colors paired with anything that has like a bold color like this or this. I even made a card with a blue. These 2 with a blue looked gorgeous. So my idea for this card was having like evergreens and pine cones on a mantle. So kind of drawing an imaginary line across here and having the pine cones setting on it and the evergreen going away from it and kind of coming down off the mantle. So we'll start by stamping this pine cone. And so if this is the center of my card, I want to come down just a bit and put my pine cone off to the left. So we'll use the large pine cone. We're going to use this piece and then accent it with this. Later on, we'll use this small pine cone and put this on top of it. Don't mind this, I was messing around earlier. So, okay, so you're going to take your crumb cake and then you're going to ink this one up in soft suede. But I don't want to put this full strength, so I'm going to step it off on my scratch paper before I put that down. Now I'm just going to wipe these off and put them back in my stamp set and get the small ones out. So if you're new to stamping, when you get your stamps, you can take them off. They come on a clear piece of plastic, and so you take them off and you put them in your kit like this, and then you can take your other ones out that you want and put those on your blocks. So I'm going to ink this small pine cone up in crumb cake and put it just overlapping just a bit of this big pine cone. Then I'm going to wipe this off, because for this other pine cone I'm going to use the soft suede stamped off, because I just want a couple different colors for my pine cones. Now I'm going to ink up this in soft suede. For this one, I'm going to stamp it off before I... Oh no, I didn't. I think I did that full strength last time. I'll just mess around with what you think. Now this one I will do full strength. So next we're going to add our evergreen leaves. And all we're going to do is ink it up in evening evergreen. And even though it looks like 2 different colors, it's just because I'm stamping and then stamping again without re-inking it. So now I'm going to put a couple along just that straight line of a mantle like I was talking about. And let's just do one more here and then one going up this way. Now that part's done already. So now you're going to take your sentiment. I'm using 'Tis the Season. It's just a nice bold red sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it close to the edge of my paper just to make it easier to trim. I just trimmed mine nice and close, and then I'm just going to glue it right down on there. Well, make sure it's going the right direction. So you could put it in the middle here if you like that better. I kind of liked mine off to the side this way, and just kind of keeping in that line like it's on a mantle. Now you could glue this directly onto your crumb cake card base, or you can frame it with the evening evergreen, and that's what I'm going to do. One thing I love about Stampin' Up! Is that their inks, this was evening evergreen ink, they have the same color of cardstock. So you know when you use this ink and you use the cardstock, it is going to be like beautifully coordinated. Same thing here. This is crumb cake and this is the crumb cake cardstock. So just glue this right on the front. Look at what I did. I didn't wait for this to dry, and so it smeared a little pink over there. Oh well. Okay, so now you can leave this plain, but I am going to do the same thing I did on the outside by placing a frame on here, but I'm going to stamp on this first. It's always good to stamp your paper first, so that if you mess it up, you can just flip it over. But if you have it already adhered to your card, it's just kind of toast at that point. So I'm just going to put this sentiment. This is out of that same Christmas to Remember stamp set. And I'm going to put just a couple boughs of leaves in here. You could do more pine cones in here. I'm going to put some up here too. Just mess around with it. This stamp set, the Christmas season stamp set, has so many different fun elements in it that you can use it for all kinds of cards, which you can see I've got a playlist of Christmas cards and projects that you can see what other things you can do with this stamp set. There, just pop this in your card. Now, one of my favorite things about sending a handmade card is just all the special details that you can put on it that you don't get from a store-bought card. So what I am going to do is I love putting details on the envelopes and even on the back of the card. So I'm going to add a little pine cone to the back of my card here. Ooh, and how about we add just a little leaf there? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to do the same thing on the front of my envelope. Look at how that set turned out. It's so quick and easy. This is so nice and heavy. Such a beautiful set. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy holiday season to watch my video today. Let me know in the comments if you make this card. Have a sunny day.